Asukwa Ipeyon, representing Cross River Southern Senatorial District. I rise to present my first motion in this hallowed chamber for the benefits of the people of Akankpa, for the people of Cross River State, and the people of Nigeria as a whole. This motion is the urgent need to rehabilitate the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road in Cross River State. The Senate notes that the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road, a trunk A road, is the major link between the southern parts of Nigeria through Cross River State to Cameroon, and an important transport corridor and commercial gateway has been completely cut off. Also notes that the road has suffered the worst form of neglect in the history of road maintenance and rehabilitation in Nigeria, despite having featured in successive budgets as capital projects without execution, even when the contract for the rehabilitation has been awarded. Worried that Senatorial Nigeria Limited, which was awarded the contract for the rehabilitation of the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road long before now, has not been mobilized to site despite the deplorable state of the road, even with the provision of 250 million naira in the 2023 Appropriation Act as an ongoing project. Deeply worried that the current state of the road is a sad commentary on the state of the highways in Nigeria, thus painting an unsavory picture of the country's deteriorating culture of road maintenance. Disturbed that the road, which has completely become non-motorable and impassable as a result of a long period of neglect, has made it impossible for human, goods and services to move along that route, which also provides access as a major location for vast agricultural resources such as cocoa plantations, oil palm plantations, amongst many other cash crops. The Senate accordingly resolves to urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to review the ongoing contract for the rehabilitation of the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road awarded to Senatorial Nigeria Limited and fund the project to enable the contractor to commence and complete the rehabilitation works. 2, also urge the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency to carry out emergency repairs of the totally failed and impassable portions of the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road, and mandate the committees on works, FEMA, and legislative compliance, when constituted, to interface with the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to ascertain the reason for the delay in the execution of the rehabilitation project and to ensure compliance. I so move. Thank you.
Thank you.
I represent the good people of Cross River North. I stand to second the motion as moved by, the first motion moved by my colleague and brother, Senator Asukwa. I so second.
Yes. Distinguished Senator Mbigi.
Mbigi Barinada, representing the good people of River Southeast Senatorial District. I want to thank my very good brother from the South for this very enabling infrastructural motion. Mr. President, it's very straightforward. We know what we are passing through within the South, especially the road you mentioned in Cross River. Mr. President, the motion is apt and it's on time, and I will urge all distinguished senators in the chamber here to support this motion and let the actualization of this road be done. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator.
Senator Ethan Williams, I represent Cross River Central. Mr. President, I thank my brother, Senator Ipeyon. For me, this road is very important, and for every Cross Riverian, it's very important because it is a gateway from Cameroon to Nigeria. It leads Nigeria immediately after Obam. The next community you're getting is from the Cameroons. And it's an eyesore and an embarrassment to a great nation like Nigeria, where you cannot even pass. The other end of it, which is the Cameroon, you have better roads than us, and yet we are giant of Africa. Mr. President, it's just a 60-kilometer road. And as I speak, even your four-wheel drive cannot pass through that road. So it is very important, and we should give it very serious attention. Thank you.
Jimo Goje, representing Gombe Central. I stand to fully support this motion. But in supporting this motion, I have one or two comments to make. One, the issue of roads in this country is a problem. For years, since at least I've been my stay in this Senate, we have always told the Ministry of Works that we need to change the method of handling the road construction in Nigeria. Year in, year out, they keep on awarding road contracts without completing most of these roads. So we said every year we should pick some key roads across the country, make sure that they are completed and commissioned and put to use. But instead of doing that, every year they keep on adding, so that you get thousands of roads, forcing the appropriation committee to make meaningless allocations of these roads. Because a road is awarded for, say, 10 billion naira will get allocation of 50 million naira or 100 million naira. Just as good as saying that this road should not be constructed. So there's a need to change the narrative. And I hope, since we said this 10th Senate is for correction, I think we need to take steps to correct this thing. Because so many states in this country, like for example, my own state, Gombe is not accessible. There's no road into Gombe that is good. From Bauchi is not good. From Kano is not good. From Adama, everywhere. And I'm sure this is not only peculiar to Gombe. I know many states like Taraba, like many states in Nigeria. So I think we need to do something about the nature we handle the road construction in this country so that we will achieve something meaningful instead of wasting resources. The chairman, former chairman operation is here. I was also in operation before chairman. I know that we used to give just money. We know that these things will not be constructed. The money will just be meaningless. But they are allocated because contracts have been awarded and government's hands have been tied down. And people will be saying, my road has been awarded, give me money. Then you give him 50 million, 100 million, uselessly allocated. So I think, Mr. President, there's a need for change, to change the narrative. Thank you very much.
That takes us to Cameroon and back.
Yes.
That even a four-wheel drive car cannot pass through.
No, sir.
So and it's been neglected for many years.
For so many years, sir.
Okay, I think we just go straight into the prayers because this is very straightforward. Prayer 1. Urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to review the ongoing contract for the rehabilitation of the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road awarded to Senatorial Nigeria Limited, and to fund the project to enable the contractor to commence and complete the rehabilitation works. Those who are in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2. Urge the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to carry out emergency repairs of the totally failed and impassable portions of the Calabar Urban-Ekan Road. Those who are in support of this prayer say aye. Those against the prayer say nay. The ayes have it. Urge mandate the committees on works, FEMA, and legislative compliance, when constituted, to interface with the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to ascertain the reasons for the delay in execution of the rehabilitation project and to ensure immediate completion. Those in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Let me thank distinguished Senator Asukwa Ekpeyon for drawing the Senate's attention to this particular road, and also thank the contributions from distinguished senators, particularly the last contribution by Senator Goje, that we have to correct most of the systems of either rehabilitation or construction of roads across Nigeria in general. And I think this is part of why the state governments tended to complete more roads than the federal government. Because any governor coming in will know that he has 4 years. And therefore, doing a road for his people in any senatorial district he will have to complete the road between 2 and 3 years. And so I think it starts from the budgeting process. You pointed out that where a road will cost 50 billion, and what is inside the budget is 100 million naira. And then they will tell you for clearing of grass. When you finish clearing the grass in 3 months, 9 months later, when you go back for the next budget cycle, the grass had returned. So, and at the end, if you do, even if you do 2 billion, it means that you have no intention of completing that road until 25 years. So as you finish one section, the first section you started had already gone bad. And so we continue this cycle of uncompleted federal road projects all over Nigeria. So this Senate must look at it, and it starts from appropriation. It starts from appropriation. Most of the contractors tend to abandon their equipment on site and then walk away for sometimes up to a year until money is released to them, and then they will come back to site, and by that time, the section they did had gone bad. And a good example is that East-West Road we discussed yesterday. It started from Efurum in Warri, going towards Oron in Akwa Ibom State, and because of the nature of funding, you finish this side, FEMA moves into the first side. By the time FEMA is coming to this second side, the other side has gone bad. I think we have to correct the system. We all have experiences, we have engineers. So we'll do the needful and advise the executive. First, we have to ensure that we start from appropriation. You cannot have a road project of 20 billion, then you appropriate 100 million naira in year 1. Year 2, you put 200 million naira. Before you can appropriate up to 1 billion out of 20 billion, you have taken up to 10 years. So you have, it's almost like we are not doing what we ought to do. It doesn't show seriousness. So I believe that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has had the privilege of being a governor and who knows how to complete projects, will work with this Senate and the National Assembly as a whole to change the paradigm and the modus operandi so that Nigerians can truly see the benefits of democratic dividends. So thank you for this, distinguished colleagues, Leader of the Senate.